Today we are actually going to show you how to play music for your microphone on Discord. That way your friends can hear the music that you're listening to on Spotify, but make it in a way that OBS will not record it or stream it. That way you can listen to copyrighted music, but not have to worry about getting copyright strike because it's not being streamed into your recording or streaming. So let's get started. So this is a hardware solution. We're not going to do any audio channels magically or anything like that. We're just going to get right into it. So all you have to do is first you need an audio interface. Most streamers already have that, unless if you're using just a USB mic, then this tutorial is not for you. This tutorial is for people that are on Windows, Linux, and Mac, because on Linux and Mac, I believe they do not have the feature where you can just add gain capture and you grab the audio from there in order to split the audio that way. So this is another way of doing it, and this is on a distro where you don't have the option to select your output settings per application. So anybody that has that issue, don't worry, I'm going to cover that. Whereas you have that in your mixer setting where you can set the output, all you need to do is to set your output to the audio interface, which is this for me, and then set your Spotify to the HDMI, which I can show you what that looks like. So if we go on here, you'll see that there's this GP104 high definition audio controller. So if you have like a graphics card plugged into via HDMI into one of your monitors, and your monitors has a headphone jack, you can plug that headphone jack into the second input into your audio interface. Because how that works is your audio interface, if it has two inputs or more, it splits the channels by left and right. So that way you can focus on one side than another. I'm going to show you that in OBS here. So if I go into the advanced setting, you can see that I have my microphone set all the way to the left channel because that's where my microphone input is. Now, if I wanted to add music into the stream, I would just add another input, which is a mic as well, and put it all the way to the right and select mono. So that's how a lot of mixers work this way. And that's how I can like split it. So this is my stream channel or track, I should say. And these are separate tracks that I can record separately. But let's just say for the sake of this tutorial, I'm going to just show you how to eliminate music altogether. That way your friends can enjoy the tunes while you're also streaming and recording. So what we do is we close this, minimize this. So first thing is in Discord, you have to set your input sensitivity to not be automatic like this, but set your level here. So if I be quiet for a second, I can see what the noise level is. So now we know that this is okay right here. And the reason for this is if you're playing music, Discord's auto filtering, where it tries to remove the background noise and stuff, it makes really weird sounds with your microphone. So it's best to just turn this off. That way you don't have to worry about it being filtered and whatnot. Of course, you might want to scroll down here and pick the most high definition codec there is. That way you don't have any weirdness and things like that. I tested this with my friends and they said that they had no issues listening to the music. So let's go on to our Spotify now. And so here on Spotify, we have Stream Beats because this is safe for this video. And I don't have to play my personal music and see what I'm into. So now what we need to do is, because my mix is not set on this, I have to change it to go into my HDMI. Now, if you're Windows or Mac or on a Linux system, usually in your mixer settings, you can change per item as output. On this distro, unfortunately, it does not have that feature, so I have to do this. All right, and then what you want to do is turn it all the way up, and then on your monitor, you want to turn up your volume all the way up, and then plug in the headphone jack, which I'm going to show you a quick video on how to do that live and stuff like that. But so now we have that switched over. So that means that Spotify will play. And now if we go into OBS, you don't hear it. I'm playing it. It's high in volume. So let me just add this track so you guys can actually hear it and know what I'm talking about. So we're going to add the studio one again, apply, okay. And now if I go to advanced settings, we're going to make it go all the way to the right, and we're going to make sure that it plays like that. So now it's playing. Now I don't know if it will update this live because I was recording while doing this, so I'm going to stop recording and start recording now. Alright, so I actually found out that I made a quick boo-boo. So if you go into your settings and you go to output recording, make sure that you tick all the boxes of the tracks that you want to record from here. So I didn't check number 3 in that other menu setting. As you can see, it wasn't checked before, but now it is. So now you'll be able to hear music. Make sure you do this. That way you can do all channels, but then you have a bunch of empty tracks. Your editing software should be able to pick up on these tracks as long as they're selected. But make sure if you're listening to, let's say on VLC or some other media player, you have to select the tracks individually to test it, to hear it, because VLC media players don't really have the same capabilities as some post-processing software like Kdenlive, for example, which is the free tool that I use. So now we did that, and now we have our settings here. So what I did was I set the same mic or the audio interface all the way to the right, which is the input that I plugged in my aux cable from my monitor into here. I put on mono, and I set the track, and also I set the other track, which is for the streaming track right there. So now we'll be able to hear music. But while I do that, I want to show you a cool feature that, let's say you're playing a game, right? And you want to be able to change your music, but you don't want to actually, like, you know, alt tab out of your game. So on my camera here, you can see I have Spotify on my phone, and I can play the music. And let me quickly switch to my mixer. Oop, sorry. I'm trying to do this one-handed, but let's see. Let me check the focus. Okay. I can adjust the volume and turn it down and loud as much as I want. And this will affect what my friends will hear from my mic and also what I can hear. And this allows me to hear everything. So if I click that, you guys will hear the same sound, but it's kind of weird to me because now I can hear myself or the music. So make sure you have direct monitor on. And I'm sorry if this is out of focus. I'm just one-handing this manual lens. All right, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Hit me with any questions you may have, maybe about the software thing, as this solution is a bit more hardcore. And yeah, give me some suggestions down below of what else you want me to do tutorials about, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, enjoy.